Hello students, once again I have come up with another video and I will be explaining about excretion in human beings. So let's begin. Students, as you all know, under normal conditions, the living cells of organisms, both plants and animals, work all the time in order to sustain life of the organism. Most of this work is done in the form of biochemical reactions. Some examples of these reactions are synthesis of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, hormones, pigments, oxidative breakdown of glucose, and many other catabolic and anabolic reactions. Catabolic reaction means breaking down from complex to simple. And the best example for catabolic reaction can be respiration. And anabolic respiration is synthesis, that is making of complex food from simple inorganic substances or compounds like photosynthesis. During these biochemical reactions, some metabolites are produced which may be toxic. Toxic means poisonous if accumulate in the cells, and water and salt content of the body may increase or decrease. The two important homeostatic process occurring in living organisms which helps to maintain the steady states are excretion and osmoregulation. But before I explain what is excretion and osmoregulation, let me introduce this new term that I have just mentioned, homeostatic or you can say homeostasis. What is homeostasis? In biology, the term homeostasis refers to the ability of the body to maintain a stable internal environment, or you can say stable internal temperature despite changes in external condition. That is, as changes occurs, the body works to maintain relatively uniform conditions. For example, like during winter we shiver. This is to regulate the internal temperature of the body. Or during summer we sweat. That is also to maintain the internal temperature of the body. So now you must have understood the term homeostasis. So now I'll explain you the two important homeostatic process occurring in living organisms which helps to maintain the steady state, and they are excretion and osmoregulation. Now first I will explain you what is excretion. Excretion is a biological process by which an organism gets rid of excess or toxic waste products of metabolism. If this toxic waste metabolic substances are allowed to accumulate, it would generally be harmful and prevent the maintenance of a steady state. The definition of excretion clearly states that the waste products have been made by the body itself and they are the products of metabolism. Therefore, egestion, that is removal of undigested food. You must have studied in the digestive system the term egestion. Egestion means removal of undigested food is not regarded as excretion, and this is because it is not the product made by the human body. It is the leftover part of the material taken into the gut through mouth. And the second term is osmoregulation. It is a process that maintains the amount of water and proper ionic balance in the body fluid. Now I'll let you know what is the importance of excretion and osmoregulation. Now, excretion removes the unwanted byproducts by metabolic pathways. Second, excretion removes many toxic chemical substances which damage the cells. Third, excretion and osmoregulation regulate the ionic concentration of body fluids. Fourth, it regulates the water content of the body fluids, which is very important in maintaining the solute potential and volume of body fluid. And lastly, excretion is a very important process in regulating the pH of the body fluid. The pH of urine varies between 4.5 and 8. Now we will discuss about excretion in human beings. In vertebrates, there are kidneys, a pair of kidney for excretion and osmoregulation. The urinary system of human beings consists of a pair of kidneys having nephrons. The major excretory products of animals are nitrogenous compounds such as ammonia, urea, and uric acid, bile pigments, water, and small amount of other waste. Now, as you can see on the screen, the structure of the human urinary system, or you can say human excretory system. Excretory system in human beings, which is also known as urinary system, consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of ureters, a urinary bladder, and a urethra. You can see on the screen. The two kidneys are located towards the back of the lower part of abdominal cavity, one on either side of the backbone. Left kidney is slightly larger and placed a little higher than the right kidney. You can see in the figure, and this is because the large size of the liver is present on the right side of the body. The blood from aorta enters into kidneys via the renal arteries and returns to the posterior vena cava via the renal veins. You can see in the figure renal artery, and by mistake the renal vein has been cut, but in the next single diagram of the kidney you can see the renal vein and the renal artery. Urine formed in the kidneys passes by a pair of ureters to the bladder, where it is stored until it is released via the urethra. There are two kidneys in humans. Each kidney is purplish brown, slightly flattened and shaped somewhat like rajma bean. It is about 12 centimeter long, about 6 centimeter thick, and weighs about 150 grams. Internally, a kidney is made up of numerous microscopic excretory units called nephrons. In class 9th, You must have studied that cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous system. In the same way, nephron is the structural and functional unit of excretion. But today I will be not explaining about nephron. Nephron is the topic that has to be dealt separately. So in my next video, I will come up with the structure and function of nephron. Today, we'll be studying about the structure and function of kidneys. Single kidney contains about 1,000,000 nephrons, each approximately 3 centimeter long. The most important function of kidneys is filtration of blood to excrete the waste products of metabolism. If these waste products, mainly nitrogenous waste such as urea and uric acid, are not removed from the body, they will start accumulating to unbearable toxic level. And beside filtrating out the waste product, the kidneys perform another function, that is of osmoregulation. So kidney performs two important functions. One is filtration of the blood to remove the nitrogenous waste like urea and uric acid, and second, it helps in osmoregulation. The kidneys filter about 180 liters of blood to produce 0.9 to 1.9 liters of urine daily. Now the next topic I'll be talking about is artificial kidney. Now we all know kidneys are very vital organs for survival. But sometimes, due to several factors like infections, injury, or restricted blood flow to kidneys, reduce the activity of kidneys. And this leads to accumulation of poisonous waste in the body, which can even lead to death. Even if one kidney is damaged, the second kidney can carry on the function of excretion completely. But the problem comes when both the kidneys are damaged. Then what the patient has to do, or he has some other alternative? So the patient has to have a new compatible kidney which can be transplanted, or you can say which can be grafted. But this is not an easy process. It requires a lot of money. We need a donor. The blood should match and many more things. But till then, the waste products are to be removed, and this can be done with the help of an artificial kidney, that is hemodialysis, that is blood dialysis. An artificial kidney is a device to remove nitrogenous waste product from the blood through dialysis, and the whole process takes about 3 to 4 hours. Now on the screen you can see the process of dialysis. Artificial kidney contains number of tubes. In the figure on the screen you can see there are number of tubes which are known as cellophane tubes with a semi-permeable lining suspended in a tank filled with dialysing fluid. You can see on the screen in the figure there is a tank which is filled with dialysing solution or dialysing fluid in which these cellophane tubes are suspended. The fluid has the same osmotic pressure as the blood. It means that the dialysing solution has the same component as the blood has, except it is devoid of nitrogenous waste. That is, this dialysing solution does not have any nitrogenous waste. Other than that, its composition is exactly like the blood. Now, the blood from an artery, you can see in the figure, is fitted to a pumping mechanism, and it is mixed with heparin. It is a chemical which prevents clotting of the blood. Cooled at 0 degrees Celsius and passed into dialysing fluid through these tubes. And during this passage, the waste product from the blood, that is nitrogenous waste, passes into the dialysing fluid by diffusion, because there is difference in the concentration gradient. In the blood there is nitrogenous waste, but in the dialysing fluid there is no nitrogenous waste. So by the process of diffusion, the nitrogenous waste comes into the dialysing fluid. Now the purified blood which is present in the tube is warmed to the body temperature and mixed with antiheparin to cancel the effect of heparin and passed back into the vein of the patient. This is similar to the function of the kidneys, but it is different since there is no reabsorption involved. Normally, in a healthy adult, the initial filtrate in the kidneys is about 180 liters daily. However, the volume actually excreted is only a liter or 2 a day, because the remaining filtrate is reabsorbed in the kidney tubules. So here on the screen you can see the steps of hemodialysis. Read it and write it down in your copy along with the diagram. Now the assignment related to this topic. One is define excretion and osmoregulation. Name the procedure used in the working of an artificial kidney. What is the difference in the function of the normal kidney and in dialysis? Name the excretory unit of a kidney. Where is urine carried through the ureters? State 2 vital functions of the human kidney. Which is the major nitrogenous waste product in the human being? How is it removed from the body? Assign the specific functions of the following organs: kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, and urethra. Name the blood vessels which bring blood to the kidney and takes away the blood from the kidney. With the help of diagram, describe the excretion in human beings. Where are the following located in human body? Stomach, heart, kidneys. So I hope you all must have understood the explanation of excretory system of human being, artificial kidney, that is hemodialysis. So students, take care, complete your notes. All the best. God bless you all. Next video will be on structure and function of nephron. Thank you very much.